Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I am losing my voice a little bit, and I hated what we watched.
You had a busy weekend.
It's a very long name for tonight.
Yeah, it is. I did have a long weekend. We had a nice time at Kennywood. Kennywood's having their bites and pints
That was
thing
fun.
going on. It was fun. South Korean food beat all of the other foods. We didn't try all of the other foods, but I'm pretty sure they're going to beat them all.
That's true. To be fair, that Mexican booth has something that looks really good.
Is it the elote?
Elote is always good. It's the quesadilla, which is a quesadilla made with burrilla.
Ah,
That sounds amazing.
it does. It doesn't. They all sounded good. The pull. What did we get? The at the Polish place?
I don't know what it is, but it was like a stuffed pancake with like some sort of sweet cream inside, and then a raspberry sauce and whipped cream on top and some powdered sugar. Oh,
And a raspberry, but I didn't get the raspberry.
well, I ate the raspberry.
Yeah, that's fair.
That sounds so good.
It was
Yeah,
very good.
yeah. See, you can,
The
yeah,
Bites and Pines Festival is a fun thing that Kennywood started doing a few years ago.
yeah, it's very good. It's sad that it's only on the weekends.
It makes sense though, because like they want to make money from it, and more people are going to come on the weekends.
Yeah, but I would definitely come on a weekday with a season pass just to eat some good food.
That's true. We did. There were a lot of people there with season passes yesterday.
Or, well, it's a good deal if you think about it.
It is. It is. If you can swing it, it's a good deal.
As somebody who it had it gifted to them for their birthday, it was a very sweet birthday present.
Yeah, but anything else we want to talk about before we get into the episode?
I hated you for doing this to me.
Yeah, you're gonna hate me every time we do it, so it's fine.
It was rough. I didn't get to
Um,
watch everything. Like, I don't think I watched past like when Hulk Hogan started talking to the bald guy because my Wi-Fi went out.
there's
But
a
I
lot of
figured
bald guys on this show.
it's at the very end.
Oh,
He's
okay.
standing with a guy in green pants
Sting and the
and
Macho
Lex
Man.
Luthor.
Lex Luger. Yeah, we'll get to that.
So you missed Pepe and you also missed the lore for the evening.
Yeah, the big lore update. So, well, you'll get the big lore update from me. Before we move into tonight's episode, though, I have been editing, coincidentally, the episode of the first Nitro
Okay,
episode that we
and
reviewed, and you had a question that I didn't have the answer to, and so I stopped editing, did the research, found it for you, Amanda.
what was the question?
So the first match of the first episode of Nitro was Jushin Thunder Liger versus Brian Pillman, Flying Brian. And when Jushin Thunder Liger came out, you asked, what was that giant tiger that jumped out?
Yeah,
I found out what it was.
okay.
I had to go back and look at the episode, and a tiger does jump out. You did not hallucinate it,
I didn't. I know I didn't.
but he only jumps out for like a second. It's like a jump scare.
Yeah,
Like he's there and then gone immediately.
it's very brief, and you have to search for him.
He is called Wildcat Willie,
I love that. I
and
love
he
it.
is the WCW mascot.
Is it because his name is Wildcat Willie and it's WCW?
That's why they named him Wildcat Willie, yes.
That's amazing. You know what? Wildcat Willie, MVP.
This version of Wildcat Willie is the mascot for a bit more of time, and then they're going to create a version that will haunt your nightmares. So be ready for that.
I'm
I
ready.
haven't even seen the first one you're talking about.
When is this gonna happen?
I will send you a picture of Wildcat Willie so you can put him up on the Instagram page
Okay.
when the first episode comes out. But I'll send
So
you
if you're
the
listening to this episode right now, our dear listeners, you can go see this tiger.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a tiger thing, yeah. The new version comes, I think, in 96 or 97.
Oh,
Oh,
so
so
when we're born.
Yeah.
a long ways to go for us.
Yeah. So, but we're talking about tonight, the September 11th, 1995 episode of WCW Monday Nitro. We're coming to you live from the Knight Center in Miami, Florida. So, before we get into it, I thought while I was watching this episode, what's going on backstage? Because that's sometimes fun, because wrestlers, as we explained last time, are crazy people.
Okay. I will say when we get to it, I thought we were gonna get right into the matches. There's somebody's pants that I want to talk about.
Okay.
But good.
There's a lot of
So
pants I want to talk about
so
tonight.
Lex Luger debuted on last week's episode,
Yeah,
and
that's
the
Luthor.
the deal was so secret that even the wrestlers were shocked when he showed up.
I don't know if I believe you.
That's true. They all thought he was under contract to WWE. He was without contract. And the rush to bring him in on the first Nitro was to get a big jolt. It's exciting to get someone that everyone thought was working for the competitor, but also, and we'll learn tonight, to solve a problem that centers around the man called Vader.
Vader? Like Darth Vader?
His name is Vader, yes. Um,
Darth Vader.
you will never see Vader wrestle on this show
Why?
because of reasons I will explain very soon. But yeah, so Vader is a really cool looking wrestler, and he's not gonna show up.
I'm
Does
gonna
he
look
dress
this
like
up.
Darth Vader?
No, he doesn't.
There's
I'm
no
gonna
Vader,
look
copyright
this
hey,
up.
infringement.
you know how you might know Vader? He shows up on a few episodes of Boy Meets World.
Yeah, no.
He plays the boy. You never watched Boy Meets World?
No.
Is it the guy whose nipples are out and it says Vader time?
Yeah, Vader's cool. There are also rumors swirling around WCW, and this will become important to us down the line, that Warner is looking to purchase Turner Broadcasting.
Do they?
They do eventually, and it creates a lot of problems for WCW because a company like Time Warner thinks wrestling is beneath them and does not want that company under their umbrella.
Well, wrestling is fake.
So the show opens with shots of Miami and a bunch of pyro.
It
And they,
makes
Actually, I
me
have a question.
okay, yes.
Did Hogan know that Lex Luthor was joining WCW?
He
Or did
probably knew.
because he's the one who was like, shake my hand, bro, and we'll have the title match.
he did not say bro. I wish he
Hogan
did.
You know, he said
Hogan
brother.
Hogan probably knew. A couple of the other main eventers probably were aware of
Okay.
it. Sting was obviously aware because Sting helped bring him in, but the rest of them were probably not aware.
Okay.
Like Randy Savage didn't know.
Maybe not. Eric Bischoff, as we'll learn as we go through these backstage things later on in as we watch the show deeper, loves to what's called work the boys. So he loves to do storylines where he doesn't tell the other wrestlers what's going on.
That's actually kind of fun. That's kind of fun.
It is until you piss off the other wrestlers so much that they all leave
Is that going to happen?
Yeah, I'm
at some
imagining.
point. Yes.
Love that.
So,
Real
yeah.
quick,
Pyro.
there was a
no,
lot of pyro. There was
no,
pyro.
that's not what I'm talking about. Miami. Looking at Miami, no offense to the people who live in Miami, maybe some offense, I don't know. Would never want to go there.
I would never want to go to Miami.
Just from looking at the skyline, it looks awful. It does
This was
not
also
look
the
fun.
90s.
That's true, but also we're spoiled. Pittsburgh has a great skyline.
Pittsburgh has a beautiful skyline. I saw it today at the Pirates game. By the way, I'm shit faced still.
We figured, yeah.
Just take that with a grain of salt. I had 11 Jello shots.
Oh my God.
11.
2 Smirnoff, red, white, and berries.
Oh
There
my
was 0 sugar though.
Oh, that makes it
That
better.
means nothing.
The 0 sugar means nothing when there was alcohol involved.
It means something to me.
Okay.
So I watched this shit faced, which I think you're supposed to enjoy this shit faced.
That's true.
Otherwise,
Most wrestling
there-
fans are drinking beer.
Yeah.
Maybe
Otherwise,
I should get shit faced next time we do one of these episodes then.
Honestly,
because I
Hannah,
did my notes in the middle of a work day.
So did I.
Made
Hannah.
it made it better. I recommend it. Actually, that was one of the things I think I quoted Frankie, or Frankie quoted me on whenever he took me to the WWE thing. I sat down and we were surrounded by wrestling fans, and I looked at him and I said, "We're standing back up. I need a drink. I can't do this sober." Those were my exact words. And we got a drink. Well, I got a drink. And
We're
it helped.
We're promoting the main event. The main event of this episode, Hulk Hogan defending the title against Lex Luger.
Lex Luthor.
And we go to the commentary team, and Mongo says that this is the biggest thing to hit TV since the little old lady said, "Where's the beef?"
Where's the beef? I had a
That-
pause
That's a good one.
because it just threw me back to the 2000s so hard.
Well, the Where's the Beef was not in the 2000s.
No, it was in the 90s, but it was still prevalent in the early 2000s, which I remember it from.
That's true. We get a recap of the end of last week's Nitro, where they show how tonight's main event got set up.
Okay, well, let's skip it. We already talked about it.
Oh yeah, we're skipping that. I'm just saying that's what they showed.
Oh, okay, well, good.
And we learn that Vader is AWOL and will not be part of the Fall Ball pay-per-view this Sunday on Hogan's War Games team because they say he didn't file his paperwork.
I don't think that's accurate. What actually
That's not
happened?
accurate. Yeah, you want to know what actually happened with Vader?
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So at the last set of Disney tapings, Vader got into a fight with one of the booking committee members, a producer, and former wrestler Paul Orndorff
From
over
Boy Meets
Vader.
World?
Who? What?
Disney? Disney?
No,
Disney.
remember WCW taped at Disney MGM.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, yes. Go ahead.
So
Continue.
Vader got into a fight with Paul Orndorff, a former wrestler, producer, and a booking committee member, because Vader was late.
How
They
late are we
How late?
talking?
Yeah.
the reports are just that he's late. They don't say how late he was. But
5 minutes is nothing.
Paul Orndorff went over to him and started like asking him why he was late. It got into a big fight where they got into each other's faces and started screaming. Vader shoved Paul Orndorff to the ground.
Cool.
Orndorff tried to tackle Vader
Probably didn't work. His nipples were out.
and landed a lucky punch that knocked Vader down.
Oh.
That feels like it was below the belt.
No, it was to the head. And then Paul Orndorff began kicking Vader in the face.
Oh my God.
So
Who
he
is
was
this
like
man?
full on assaulted.
He was wearing sandals, not regular shoes, which made it a little better, but still,
Not
don't
good.
kick a man in the face.
What happened to that guy? Did he get fired? He should have gotten fired.
No. They got separated. Vader then hunted Paul Orndorff down.
Good. I
and
would
they
I don't
too.
fought
blame him.
again.
Okay.
They both emerged from the room they were fighting in bruised and bloody. WCW are considering firing Vader because he was seen as the aggressor
Really?
and
He
the
got kicked in the
instigator.
face.
But he instigated the incident by shoving Paul Orndorff.
He got kicked in the face.
Another reason why WCW wants to fire him. Vader's contract is guaranteed until 1999, and he is making $750,000 a year. They might want that contract off the books because WCW gives out guaranteed contracts at this point in time. So he's getting that $750,000 whether he works or not.
So they want him to quit or
They want to
find
fire.
a really good reason to get rid of him.
Yeah, and by saying he's the aggressor and instigator of a fight, they can get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Vader really doesn't want to be fired because the only other option is WWF at the time, and WWF does not have guaranteed contracts at this point in time. You make money based off of ticket sales of the events that you work and your merchandise sales. That's it at this point. Later on, they give you downside guarantees, but they're not nearly as high as what WCW is getting. So
That's fair. That's fair. I
Vader
understand.
Vader does get fired because of this incident.
That's so dumb.
So we will
He
never
got-
see Vader wrestle.
He got kicked in the face.
The opening match tonight, out first, we have Sabu.
I thought his name was Shamu.
No, it's Sabu. Sabu.
Well, I heard Shamu for a solid 5 minutes.
I saw something that was akin to something from that he played Suicide Specialty.
Oh, his specialty is suicide moves, suicide dives. Yeah, so Sabu's nickname at this time, which I don't think they say it on WCW, which is weird because WWE, when they later signed Sabu, do say it. Sabu's nickname is the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying madman.
Uh-huh.
Sabu. Sabu is one of my favorite wrestlers because he's terrible at it.
He's terrible at wrestling?
He's great because he's got some innate charisma and he loves to do the bloody brawls and fight. I don't know if you noticed this while watching it, he's covered in scars,
Yeah.
all from the fact that he would wrestle death matches and get hit with barbed wire and get cut open. And instead of going to the doctor, because wrestlers are independent contractors and do not get health care, he would just glue all of his cuts himself.
That's kind of metal.
So he's just covered in the scars of that.
That's kind of metal.
So Sabu, though, also when I say he's terrible at wrestling, I think it makes it more authentic, to be fair, which is also why I love him. He messes up all the fucking time. If
Yeah.
we see more Sabu matches, you're gonna see him just fucking shit the bed.
I
He's
like
gonna
his
hurt
pants.
himself. His pants are so cool, right?
His pants
No.
are awesome. His shoes are awesome.
His
I
pants
can't
look
stand these
so.
pants. I
You
can't
don't like
stand them.
his pants
You're
look so
incorrect, Hannah.
comfortable. They look so
They look
comfortable.
comfy, but I absolutely hate them.
I love the shoes too.
Sabu's got the coolest look of the night.
I can't remember.
Barring
I
Pepe,
disagree with that.
obviously. Barring
Oh yes,
Pepe.
Pepe is always number one, but I disagree. Sabu does not have the best fit of the night.
His opponent is Das Wunderkid, Alex Wright. Alex Wright's gimmick right now is that he's German. So there we go.
And let me
Right.
guess, well, so, this one's hard because you told me that in the 90s there was this sentiment that we'd always go for the American.
Yeah.
There's no American in this fight.
Yeah, there is. It's Sabu. Sabu's from
It's-
Michigan. I want to be clear.
Oh, they made it seem like he was from Bombay, India.
Oh yeah, they bill him from Bombay, India. He is not Indian.
Was Alex actually German?
Alex Wright is actually German.
Like
Oh.
from Germany?
He is, yes, from Germany.
Okay.
Alex Wright was born in Nuremberg, West Germany.
Well, it's a good thing his name wasn't Adolf.
Sabu, on the other hand, was born in Staten Island.
The worst part of New York.
Later
It is
on,
part
he'll
of
be
New York.
declared, he'll be billed from Bombay, Michigan, to make it a little more accurate. There is no city called Bombay, Michigan.
I was about to ask.
There is no Bombay, Michigan. No. So Sabu just starts choking Alex Wright. That's how the match starts.
That is how it starts. Can we talk about how he uses a chair? He goes to jump and Alex jumps out of the way and he just slams into a fence.
Yeah. So that's one of Sabu's signature things is he'll set up a chair and it's called the triple jump. He'll jump onto the seat of the chair, onto the back of the chair, and then launch himself off of it. And yeah, this time Sabu just crashes into the fucking metal gate.
And
This
like
match was
fans are
violent.
there.
What'd you say,
I
Hannah?
mean,
I said this match was violent for all the wrong reasons.
What do you mean? It was great. Sabu's a violent wrestler. I love it.
yeah, I actually really enjoyed this fight.
Sabu's fantastic. So
He
good.
fell out of the ring. Was him falling out of the ring supposed to be on purpose?
That was on purpose. Yeah. He got
Okay.
him
It
falling.
looked kind of accidental.
You never know with Sabu, but that one was on purpose. He sets up the chair. We get back in the ring. Alex Wright hits a missile drop kick and sends Sabu back out. And Alex Wright actually hits a suicide dive onto Sabu. Sabu hits a springboard kick to Alex Wright, which he used to call Air Sabu. And then Alex Wright flips over Sabu and hits a German suplex. And then
I know I've said this before.
yeah.
I'm gonna say it again. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
To be fair, I'm only gonna point out like the big signature moves. Once again, no one hit their finisher here. Sabu just kind of throws Alex Wright off the top rope and pins him. But Sabu is not happy with this. He's not satisfied. He goes out and gets a table. He puts Alex Wright kind of on the table, but
Yeah,
not
like
really.
he was gonna he's gonna do something sexual with him.
Yeah, he doesn't though. He then climbs the ropes and jumps off and crashes. Well, he kind of crashes himself through the table more than Alex Wright.
I will admit, and I forgot to mention this beforehand, but Alex Wright came out with a really styling ass leather jacket,
He did.
and I respect that for
Mhm.
him.
Alex also almost got pantsed at one point.
I did
Yeah.
not see that.
After
I can imagine. Frankie,
There's not much
you
to grab.
do you ever see wrestlers have to pick wedgies? Does that ever happen?
there are some wrestlers who are known for not wearing tights or pants that are well fitting. So I don't know if it's like wedgies, but they usually like they'll pull them up. Like you know how you see like middle aged dads always like pulling up their pants.
Yeah.
That's what some wrestlers will do. A lot
Okay.
of.
Well, I didn't know if wedgies were a thing.
I was
Sometimes
also
wrestlers
concerned about that the whole time.
Sometimes wrestlers will purposely put in what they call, not anymore, but in the 90s, do not be shocked if you see this. They'll put in what they call bum spots where their pants get pulled down. So they're just showing ass.
That's awesome.
So you might just see some wrestlers' asses hanging out.
I thought you were gonna tell me that they did the thing that like teenage boys did to try and appear more, I don't know, presentable to the females, which was putting
Oh,
socks in their
oh yeah,
pants.
some wrestlers will do that as a joke.
What, put socks in their pants?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a
That's
famous there's a famous segment in WWE where Shawn Michaels was out for an interview with Vince McMahon before Vince was like known as the owner of the company, and he stuffed his short. He's wearing the tightest shorts possible, and he stuffed them with a comical amount of socks.
Did he do it on purpose?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
After Sabu puts himself through the table, and kind of Alex Wright, the referee reverses the decision, and Alex Wright gets the win by DQ.
This is such a lousy way to win.
What does DQ mean?
Sabu was disqualified. He broke the rules
Why?
because he put Alex Wright through a table.
I've seen many a wrestlers get put through a table and nobody gets disqualified.
Yeah, but
That wasn't after the match had been called.
that's also one during the match. If it's a no DQ match, you can put him through the table. Two, shouldn't have been a DQ. Match was over. There's no rules after the match.
Yeah.
Three, Sabu is kind of the innovator in America, at least, of putting your opponent through the table.
That's dope. Pretty metal.
He comes from ECW, which is Extreme Championship Wrestling, which is known for all the very violent, more violent aspects of wrestling that WCW and WWE are just going to plunder all their ideas and steal from them. Sabu is one of the ECW originals, and he got signed by WCW. So how do you guys feel about your first Sabu experience?
I like him.
Will I ever see this man again?
He has a couple more matches before he decides WCW doesn't suit him and he leaves.
This match was all over the place.
So
with a really lousy ending.
Yeah, the ending sucks.
Like, oh, I won because the other guy was being mean to me. Would not bring that up when I was talking about my victories.
You would just say I won and leave. So we come back with Gene Okerlund welcoming Ric Flair to the ring, who comes out in a full suit.
This man is on drugs.
Ric Flair's always on something.
Yeah, and his hair is so bright it hurts my eyes.
Ric Flair says
looks like I'm staring into the sun.
It is very bright, but you know what? That works really well when he starts to bleed and the blood mixes in with his hair. Then it looks kind of cool. Ric Flair says he will be facing Arn Anderson at Fall Brawl. And Flair is upset that Arn Anderson called his wife and son instead of partying with him.
Yeah, what the fuck was that all about?
Ric Flair has kids, by the way. At this point, he has children.
Oh, that's what I thought. He looks like he has kids more than the other guy has kids.
And guess what? He doesn't call his kids.
Does he know he has kids?
Does he know he has kids? Yeah. He's not a great father at this point in time. He's I think at this point he's been married 3 or 4 times.
Oof.
One of his sons we'll see on the show. He becomes a wrestler.
He just wanted his dad to notice him.
Yeah, don't worry, he didn't notice him because he's not good.
He's just wants his approval.
David Flair is his name. He's not good. He kind of flounders around in WCW because his dad is there and is Ric Flair. And then when WCW goes out of business and Ric Flair goes to the WWE, the only time David Flair shows up is when The Undertaker is feuding with Ric Flair. So he beats up David Flair in a bathroom.
That is hilarious.
That's his one appearance, and then
that is perfect.
And then the company goes, "You're not good," and fires him. So then Lex Luger comes out, interrupts Ric Flair, who goes fucking nuts. He just loses his mind, talking about how Lex is about Lex's measurements, like his biceps, how big his biceps are, and then Lex leaves. That's the end of the segment.
Yeah, it was weird.
I think he was
Very weird.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would have been too.
He's just like, I gotta go.
We then go to the ring where we're having our U.S. title match. Out first is VK Wall Street,
I'm
also
looking
in
for
a
a
full
man in
suit.
finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
VK Wall Street was in a full suit, and I really thought he might be wrestling in the suit. I wasn't sure.
I did think he was wrestling in the suit.
He's not, but he's wrestling in a singlet, which is a weird thing to wear under a suit. I would have preferred if he wrestled in the suit. And out comes next, it's Sting with the green and black face paint tonight.
Love the
I
jacket
love
he's
that.
wearing.
What was that, Hannah?
I said I love the jacket he's wearing.
Sting has great jackets. The fringe. Did he have fringe on this one's jacket?
No, it was kind of like bronzy with diamonds, but it was all sparkles.
I would say like a gold almost.
Yeah, it was like a antiqued gold. It
Yeah,
wasn't bright in your face. That's why I went with bronze originally.
yeah, but no, mad respect for these pants. Like these pants, like the face paint, like everything about this man.
During Sting's entrance, Eric Bischoff starts giving away the results of Raw. He says, don't turn over to the other show. Their champ's taking on the big guy and hits a crescent kick that you can see at your local YMCA.
That's a little mean.
This is one of their tactics that I mentioned it last week, but it didn't happen last week. Because Raw at this point is taped and WCW is live, they will give away the results of Monday Night Raw during their broadcast to discourage people from watching it. And at one point, this is going to bite them in the ass.
Why?
There's a point later in the line, I don't want to say what the result is, but they say it, and people are excited about the result, so they flip over from WCW to watch WWE.
I want you to tell me what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna forget.
The result is, I forget the date. When we get to it, I'll point it out again. But the result is Mick Foley, who was wrestling as Mankind at that point in time in WWE, winning the world title for the first time in his career. And the way it's said is also pretty shitty because Mankind used to work at WCW. He wrestled as Cactus Jack.
That is so bad.
And the way they said it was, and on the other show tonight, they have Mankind, who used to wrestle here as Cactus Jack, winning the world title. That ought to put the butts in the seats. Very sarcastically. And yeah, it did. It did put the butts in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Like I noted earlier, VK Wall Street not wrestling in a suit, unfortunately. He should have. Stay in character.
He has money signs on him.
A man in finance would never wear a singlet.
That's true.
I don't know about that, man. Men in finance are starting to become those alpha males. This seems like an alpha male outfit.
I feel like if someone wore a singlet, they'd get bullied.
You gotta go with the three-piece
And alpha
suit.
males don't get bullied?
They do get bullied. You know
Bully
what?
your
You're
local
right.
alpha males.
Yeah,
Fun.
bully your local alpha males.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
I know I was right.
Sting once again lets out a little battle cry, a little scream, gets the crowd on his side. Match starts. He takes down Wall Street with a hip toss and 2 big drop kicks.
Somebody mentioned something during this match. And I know it's a play on the whole Johnny Be Good. There's a Johnny Be Bad. Is that a wrestler?
That is a wrestler. Yeah, Johnny Be Bad.
That's so bad.
You're going to see Johnny Be Bad. I think he has a match on the next episode that we do of this is going to be the pay-per-view Fall Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has a match on that card, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's why they're mentioning it, because the winner, he's facing someone at the pay-per-view, and I think the winner of that match gets a U.S. title shot. VK is thrown hard into the corner, but he rolls out of the ring. He goes back into the ring and then launches Sting through the middle rope and then slams Sting's face into the side of the ring. Sting then launches himself over the top rope with a slingshot shoulder tackle, and then he gets taken down with a reverse elbow. Sting gets recovers and slams VK Wall Street's head into the turnbuckle, hits a big clothesline and a knee to the back. Then he hits the Stinger Splash. The Stinger Splash, this is a big move, so I'll explain it, is when Sting's opponent is in the corner and Sting just runs and like jumps into them and just throws his whole body into them when they're sitting in the corner. He goes up top and hits a big cross body for the pin and retains the title. That's also not his finisher. Don't know why no one's using their finishers.
Our finisher is like the thing in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, finishers are like their big move that when you hit it, you know they're going to go for a pin and probably win the match. And when people kick out of it, it's a big deal. No one's hitting their fucking finishers. I guess to be fair, Sabu couldn't hit his finisher. It's the Arabian Facebuster, and it involves using a steel chair. So like he would have been disqualified if he used his finisher, but
So if somebody uses their finisher, I'm gonna see someone's spine get ripped out.
no one
That's
gets
cool.
their spine ripped out. No.
Well,
Oh,
then
but
call it finisher.
although you will get to see some Mortal Kombat characters wrestle.
What?
Explain.
Oh no,
there
is this the Mortal Kombat movie?
no. There's a wrestler named Glacier who just is Sub-Zero.
Oh. How was that allowed?
I have no idea. It's probably not. But Mortal Kombat didn't fucking care.
You would think they would.
So coming up next, the next match is Scott Norton versus the Macho Man Randy Savage.
This man's pants.
But wait, before that, we get a preview of what's happening on WCW Saturday night. I like to bring up the names because these are some names you might want to make fun of because you might not see them on the regular Nitros, or they're going to come
a
up.
guy who's dressed like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, so that's the debuting Disco Inferno. That's his name.
Oh no. Nope.
His name is
He
Disco
only has
Inferno.
one match, right?
No,
Before they fire him.
Disco Inferno is around for a while. So get ready to watch Disco Inferno. He's got a fucking catchy theme song.
Is it Disco Inferno?
No, it's called Disco Fever.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, I know. Another match that they're gonna have is the Renegade versus Max Muscle. Big Bubba is going to face Dave Sullivan and his rabbit, which is just a rabbit he's carrying around.
Why is there a poor rabbit involved in all this?
No, I like the rabbit.
I don't know why.
I like the rabbit too, just why?
And then Flying Brian is going to be facing Alex Wright.
He ignored the why question about the rabbit.
Because I don't know. I don't know who Dave Sullivan is. I don't know why he's carrying a rabbit.
Does the rabbit fight?
I don't think so.
Is the rabbit friends with Pepe?
No, probably not. Pepe's too good for that rabbit. So out first for the match is Big Scott Norton, and then we have the Macho Man Randy Savage coming out.
Yeah, this man's pants. You know, you told me that Randy Savage wasn't a good guy around this era. And that's fair, but man, oh man, his outfits are
He
fucking
understands fashion.
He does.
I love this guy.
He should have been at the 2019 Met Gala.
So much. I appreciate it so much.
You know what I also like about his pants? That they're green and black, like Sting's.
Sting.
Because they're teammates at the pay-per-view.
I also just wanna, just as a small thing. His catchphrase is the Kool-Aid Man's catchphrase.
With the "ooh yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does it better than the Kool-Aid Man.
I'll admit that, but it's still a good catchphrase.
It is.
He also, as soon as he gets into the ring, he gets punched.
Yeah, Scott Norton cheap shots Randy Savage immediately.
That is cheap. I'm a little upset.
The match starts like before we do that. Before that, we learned Scott Norton is a former arm wrestling champion. So for whatever that's worth to you guys.
-$2.
Yeah. So after Scott Norton cheap shots Randy Savage, he just starts tossing him around. But then Savage hits a scoop slam and clotheslines Norton out of the ring, and then hits a diving axe handle before we go back into the ring. He goes for a big clothesline and then dives at Scott Norton, but he gets caught in a bear hug. And at this point, Mongo McMichael has the quote, "I heard something pop. I just thought Heenan was gassy." So Scott Norton hits a big power bomb, but Savage kicks out. He then does repeating backbreakers into a press slam, and a big shoulder tackle sends Randy Savage to the outside. He tries to get back into the ring, but Scott Norton hits a rope hung DDT, and he goes up to the top rope, but misses. And Randy Savage slams him down, hits a knee to the back, a reverse elbow. But now come the Shark and Kamala from the Dungeon of Doom. Scott Norton gets thrown.
That's a weird porn dungeon.
Yeah. Scott Norton gets thrown into the Shark, who then falls onto Scott Norton's legs, trapping him. Randy Savage hits the elbow drop and pins him, and Scott Norton can't kick out because the Shark is laying on his legs.
So this is allowed. But throwing a man
Can you-
through a table is not.
This should not have been allowed.
I'm a little concerned about the guy in the tribal outfit.
Oh, Kamala?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some racism there.
Yeah.
This seems like a lot of racism.
The one
Yeah.
black guy
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
is dressed in stereotypical tribal
Yeah.
wear.
It's not, hey, wrestling, not the best place to find good race relations at this point in time.
This is making Disney look a little tame.
The rest of the dungeon run out to beat up Savage, and Savage bails. He's like, "I'm not gonna fucking stick around to get beat up, you idiots." And then Scott Norton starts yelling at the Shark, and the rest of the Dungeon of Doom just leave. And we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, we're already at our main event. It's our world title match.
So no one won the last match.
No, Randy Savage won.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't hear that the dude got his leg pinned by one of his
I
own
did
men.
hear that, but I wasn't sure that he actually won.
He did win because the referee did not see a problem with another man laying on top of Scott Norton's legs.
But
Okay.
we can't throw men through tables.
No, after the match either. The match wasn't even happening. Randy Savage, even though I love him, he won the match, and I like it. Should have been disqualified.
I don't know if he should have been disqualified. It was his dude's friends. Like the other dude's friends.
Well, they're not Scott Norton's friends. Scott Norton's not part of the Dungeon of Doom.
Is Randy Savage?
No, they were attacking Randy Savage. Because
Okay, well, that's
they're
not,
fighting Randy
Yeah,
on
that's
Sunday.
not Randy's fault either. Nobody
No.
can
Then
get
why did they help him?
Yeah,
They accidentally helped him. The Shark got knocked out.
yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
So Randy threw Scott Norton head first into the Shark's head, and they both fell. And Scott Norton fell onto his back, and the Shark fell onto Scott Norton's legs. We're back from break. World title match. Lex Luger makes his way out to the ring, and then we go to commercial again.
Yeah, that was the smallest. Is that how it was actually aired, do you think?
Yes. Though the commercial breaks that are on Peacock where we're watching this are the commercial breaks that they had during the show.
That's infuriating. I would be so pissed off.
And you can tell as well because we get that ad for Fall Brawl that we got last time too. So that would have led right into the commercial break. We're back from commercial break, and the WCW World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan is coming out. The match starts, and they lock up.
Boo.
Yeah, I forgot. We have to boo Hulk Hogan when he's introduced.
Let's try this again.
All
Hulk
right.
Hogan's introduced.
Do it again, Frank.
Boo.
No, wait, wait.
Boo!
No. He's gotta say that Hulk Hogan comes out.
Oh, okay.
Then
Well,
So
I
we're
thought I
back-
said it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll do the full
Let's
intro.
try it again.
We're
Let's
back
try
from
again.
break, and the WCW World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan makes his way out.
Boo. That was so much better. I like that.
Don't worry, we're gonna get a segment in a minute. I have a question written down where we can just make fun of Hulk Hogan for a good period of time.
Oh, thank God. That spray tan is awful.
Yeah. The match starts. They lock up. Hogan gets shoved into the corner. I was at. I do these notes while I'm at lunch, and this match was boring, so I kind of got a little bit distracted. Let's talk about Hulk Hogan's hair. We did a little bit last time we did this. What the fuck's going on with that hair? It was worse this week.
It's
I
so
think he
bright.
has.
It's Ric Flair bright.
It's Ric Flair bright, but that's not the problem. The issue
No,
is he's got a
it's bald.
completely bald head and then a ring of long hair around the side. What the
I-
fuck?
I am convinced those are extensions. He has one little like layer of hair, but he adds extensions.
Do you think that he wanted to do like a comb over, but then
It
he was
didn't
just like,
work.
oh, we might as well just make it long because mullets are in.
It's so ugly, right?
It's not even a mullet.
Like this has to be the worst hairstyle ever.
It's not
Yeah.
a hairstyle.
Like
And it looks so
I would gladly have a bowl cut every day for the rest of my life if it meant my hair would never look like Hulk Hogan's hair.
greasy. It looks greasy.
It looks horrible.
Doesn't
It's
look-
Why
so
doesn't he shave
It
his
looks
head?
greasy.
because he doesn't want to be he hates the idea of being bald. But he is bald, right? Like that you can't
He's
say
mostly bald.
he hates the idea of being bald. So
he's
as long as he
technically
has
like technically he's not bald because he can grow hair,
yeah.
but
But
he is
like
bald where it
Can-
matters.
I can't wait until we talk about the evolution of the hair of Hulk Hogan because it gets worse, I think. I think Hannah, when you see what he eventually does to his beard and mustache, you're gonna lose your mind. His hair right now is just the worst thing ever, right?
110%.
It's just a weird choice. I don't know why he made that choice. Because when he's wrestling, right, it like waves in the wind. He's got flowing locks, but they don't start at the top of his head. They start midway down.
You know, this would be a great time to mention our sponsor, Keeps.
Man, if we had a sponsorship like that, that'd be amazing timing.
That was good.
Let's contact them. Be like, listen,
Yeah.
we got an opportunity for you.
We're gonna spend months making fun of Hulk Hogan's hair. So come on.
If you are somebody who works for Keeps, reach out to us.
Reach out. The email will be told you at the end of the show, and it's in the description. Hogan shoves Lex into the corner, and they're separated again. Hogan takes Lex down with a drop toe hold and hits a vertical suplex, but Lex gets up immediately, scaring Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan looks terrified of this.
He did look like he was about ready to shit his pants.
Lex then struggles to hit a suplex on Hulk Hogan. Like, this man didn't know where to put Hulk Hogan's arm, how to pick Hulk Hogan up. Maybe he just didn't want to touch Hulk Hogan. I don't know.
He didn't want that spray tan to rub off onto him.
That's true. But he eventually hits the suplex on Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan immediately gets up. And I think Lex was supposed to act scared, but he looked bored instead. Lex isn't a good actor. He's barely a good wrestler. Hulk goes to punch Lex, but Lex escapes from the ring. He's thrown back into the ring. He's hit with a back body drop. Hulk Hogan misses a splash in the corner. He misses a splash in the corner, and Lex locks in the torture rack. The torture rack is an important move. The torture rack is the move when Lex Luger has Hulk Hogan up on his shoulders and he just starts like jumping up and down.
It looks like it's gonna feel great. It looks like it's gonna crack my back.
My family used to do this when I was a kid, except
Yeah,
they would go and say free smacks instead, and you would just smack.
They
people.
tortured you. That was the torture rack right there.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Did
It
your
looks
back crack?
like you would do for like a preschooler. It's a little sad.
Yeah, so that's Lex Luger's finishing submission hold, the torture rack. So he locks in the torture rack and then lets him go because he thought he won the match, even though the bell didn't ring. So then Hulk Hogan starts hulking up, which is when, he starts fucking shaking. Like he was on one knee and he starts shaking and Lex punches him and he doesn't feel it. And he's fucking shaking even more.
Yeah, okay.
He hits
his hulking up is basically like a meth addict.
Yeah, basically. He doesn't feel any pain. He starts going fucking nuts.
Gotcha.
And then he takes Lex down, hits the leg drop. It's pretty simple. It's when he jumps up, leg across the throat. That's Hulk Hogan's finishing move, the leg drop. By the way, Just a little fun fact: Hulk Hogan can barely walk because that's his finishing move.
I don't care that a racist can't walk.
No,
In fact,
I thought you'd be happy about it.
yeah,
That's why I told you.
I'm very excited. In fact, I hope he shattered a bunch of his knees.
He doesn't deserve kneecaps.
No, he doesn't.
Before he can pin Lex Luger, the Dungeon of Doom jump in and start beating up Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, a lot of these guys is face paint. Like one of them looked like a raven. Like he looked like he was gonna fuck with Edgar Allan Poe.
Randy Savage and Sting come out to help Hulk Hogan and run off the Dungeon of Doom. And then Hulk Hogan and Lex Luger start shoving each other, and we go to commercial break yet again. Hulk Hogan asks Lex why the Dungeon of Doom did not attack him. And Randy Savage says that's double for him. Sting then says, hey everyone, let's let Lex Luger on our team on Sunday. Vader's not here anymore. Let's put Lex on the team. Randy Savage says no. He would rather be one man down than be stabbed in the back.
Lex Luthor is, he does stab people in the back.
Sting votes that Luger be on the team, and they ask again. And then Randy Savage asks, why did the Dungeon of Doom didn't attack Sting or Jimmy Hart? Jimmy Hart's that weird looking dude that was just standing there in a suit.
The one with Hulk
Hogan's face on it.
Yeah, the one with Hulk Hogan's face on it. He's Hulk Hogan's manager.
Also, Lex wants no part of this shit.
No. And then it's at this point, after a good 5 minutes of them arguing whether Lex should be on the team, that Hulk Hogan finally realizes that they're arguing about whether Luger should be on the team. He's a little slow. Randy Savage then says his vote is no. And then Hulk Hogan goes, does Lex want to... Oh, this is my question. Yeah. Does Lex even want to be on the team? No one asked his opinion.
No,
Yeah,
he wants
nobody
no
else.
part of this shit.
Hulk Hogan votes yes and asks Lex Luger to join the team. Lex doesn't respond, and Sting says, don't embarrass me. I've vouched for you. Please don't embarrass me. Please join.
That is a fair statement.
That's very fair. I like Sting. He's my favorite.
Poor Sting, man. He's just like, don't embarrass me, guys. Come on. I vouched for you, and you're going to do this to me? Luger says he'll join the team if he gets another title shot. And he does join the team, I guess.
And then that's all fair. Can we get to Pepe now?
That is the end of the episode. We get a preview for next week. So I'm going to give you the preview for next week's matches, and then we'll move to Hannah's segment. Next week, we have 2 matches. The Blue Bloods will face either the Nasty Boys or the American Males. And Johnny B. Bad will face Paul Orndorff, the man who just finished kicking Vader in the face. We get to see him wrestle. And now it's time for Pepe's Fashion Corner.
Pepe!
Hannah, what is Pepe wearing this week?
Pepe's a little cowboy. He got a little bandana on, and he had a sombrero.
I was going to say, that's definitely a
sombrero.
sombrero, not a cowboy hat.
But he's like kind of cowboy-esque, and he moved.
He did. And Eric Bischoff gave him little chin scratches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out. That was quite cute.
Well, we didn't point this out.
Eric and Mongo, they don't like each other, right?
No, that's Bobby and Mongo.
Oh, right.
We didn't mention this earlier, but during the title match, someone goes, Pepe, that's a real man. That's who you need to idolize.
Talking about
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, gross.
Like,
that
Pepe,
is kind of gross.
No, don't idolize anyone but him.
Idolize Sting, Pepe.
Yeah, we like Sting. We stand Sting. I will go ahead and say that Pepe is just limp legging it.
He's like, hey, you're gonna carry me. I'm not gonna try.
Yeah, he does not want to move.
I don't think Pepe
I love
is
the hat.
capable of moving.
I don't know if we ever see Pepe walk.
I don't think Pepe can walk.
I love the sombrero, and I think this might beat the devil costume.
No, I think the devil costume is still number 1.
The devil costume is still number 1? I'm going to call this, because I think he later on does have an actual cowboy costume with a cowboy hat. So I'm going to call this the Bandito costume. I think that's what they were going for. I think they were going for like a little Mexican bandit kind of thing.
Okay, that makes more sense than cowboy.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to call it because it was mainly just a sombrero.
Yeah, he's cute though. He's cute in that. Can't wait to
Mhm.
see what his next outfit is. And I like to imagine that it's not Mongo picking out these outfits. It's Pepe.
Pepe is carried into his walk-in closet.
And he like got
He
Mongo just like
points.
walks past all the outfits and whatever one Pepe barks at.
Yes, yes.
You guys are incorrect. It's not Mongo who's dressing him up, but it's not Pepe who's choosing his outfits either. It's Randy fucking Savage.
Randy Savage.
Oh,
Randy
he's
goes
a
over to
stylist.
Mongo's house every week.
Yeah. He's like, this Pepe, how do you feel about this? And
I
he's like,
think
no, Pepe, those colors don't work.
I think Randy Savage missed his calling as a stylist.
I also do too.
Well, we're gonna see a lot of Randy Savage's style because I think he's here until the company goes under.
I can't wait.
So that is the end of this episode of Nitro. Our next episode for WCW. Oh, before we get into the next episode, what was your match of the night?
The guy who obviously threw himself into a table.
I agree. Sabu versus Alex Wright. Best
Yeah.
match of the night. Hannah disagrees.
Hannah did not like any of these matches.
Hannah has no match of the night.
Correct. So therefore,
Hannah has
you
to
two
pick a
can...
match of the night. I was forced to pick a match of the night last
It's
time.
true. That is true.
Oh,
Hannah, you gotta pick a match.
You
of the
have
night.
to pick one.
Oh, they were all so bad. I will concur with Alex v. Sabu because I was the
Yeah.
only one that was not interrupted or boring as hell.
Okay. And then who's your MVP of the night? Non-Pepe. Pepe has his own little thing.
Randy Savage.
Randy Savage.
I think Randy Savage.
Oh, wow. All right. I'm giving my MVP to Sabu. Entertaining as hell for the 5 minutes he was there.
That's a close second, but the pants, man.
The pants.
I'm
The
picking
pants were
Randy Savage
so
for the fifth.
Yeah. They were so good. I can't. If his outfits rock this hard all of the time, he might get MVP each time from me.
Okay. Okay.
Should
So-
we rank his outfits?
No, that's too difficult.
He's like,
too
I can
hard.
only handle one
He's
outfit.
like, I got
ranking.
3 to rank already. Absolutely not.
So next time we do WCW, which will not be my next episode. Next episode will be a weirdo of history or a weird occurrence in history. Don't worry. No need to panic about wrestling.
You do care about me. Oh my god, thank you so much.
I told you guys I wouldn't do this every episode. I'll probably alternate, but like yeah, I also can't do that much wrestling. Like talk about it that much. I can watch it, but like especially this WCW, it's not good yet. It doesn't get good until 96. So like we're in the fucking doldrums right now. But next time will be Fall Brawl. It's a pay-per-view. It's a longer show. I'm warning you guys now. I'll warn you when it's time to watch it. This is the match card. There are 6 matches. To be fair, one of them's only like a minute and a half long.
Hannah, would you like to get fucked up while we watch this one?
He may have to.
I think we have to get fucked up.
So this is the match card. Tell me if you guys, some of the names you'll know, some of them you will not know at all. So we have Brian Pillman versus Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah, I need to get fucked.
Cobra
Is this
versus
the one that lasts a minute?
No. Cobra versus Craig Pittman. That's the one that lasts a minute. Be
Cobra
thankful.
sounds familiar.
DDP versus the Renegade for the WCW Television Championship.
Don't know that one.
Harlem Heat, which is a tag team of Booker T and his brother, his real life brother, Stevie Ray, against the team of Bunkhouse Buck and Dick Slater
I hate it.
for the World Tag Team Championship.
Thanks. I hate it.
We have Arn Anderson versus Ric Flair. And the main event is a War Games match. The team of Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Lex Luger, and Sting will face the Dungeon of Doom, Kamala, the Zodiac, the Shark, and Meng.
The Zodiac Killer's here?
You wish. You could only wish that it was actually the Zodiac Killer.
I do
Ted
wish.
Cruz was
Very,
a
very
wrestler?
good.
You desperately would love to have that version of the Zodiac Killer there. The Zodiac is a wrestler that I think he's the one you thought was a Raven. He wears the black and white face paint,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he only ever says yes, no, yes, no. That's how he talks.
I'm
Don't
wasting an Edgar Allan Poe joke on him. Oh,
yeah.
I'm so upset.
Hey, don't worry, everyone. He's not one. He's not going to be on the show that long. He leaves in December of '96 before coming back like 2 years later. But whatever. He's not going to be the Zodiac forever. Eventually, he leaves the Dungeon of Doom and becomes the Booty Man. So it's all
Did you
good.
say the booty?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the Booty Man.
Booty, as in bootylicious.
Yes. Yes.
Does he suffocate people with his butt?
No, his finisher move is the high knee. He hits you with a knee to the face, the high knee.
Ha, 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 ha.
He also has a manager, the Booty Babe.
I almost spit out my water.
In,
I'm-
in anger
I'm
and
gonna-
disgust.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Stop talking about booties. This
Well,
man doesn't even have a good one.
you don't know who the Booty Man is.
You just said it was the Zodiac.
Yeah, but you didn't really see his booty.
I saw enough.
The gimmick of the Booty Man is he's a guy who's infatuated with his own ass.
Everything out of your mouth gets worse.
I'm gonna leave. I will leave. I will leave right now.
So, yeah, don't worry. We have time before the Booty Man comes. So, that's the end of this episode of the second episode of WCW Monday Nitro. Was it any better than the first?
No.
Great. I didn't think it was either, but you know what? Had to ask. Had
It
to
was
ask.
better because it wasn't in the Mall of America.
That's true. The fans actually cared. What they got wasn't good, but they did care. But we didn't get any Pastamania this week.
I think Pastamania has closed.
I will leave.
Okay. So next week we will be back with a Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh, thank God.
We're very excited about Scooby-Doo. We have they're titled as two different shows, but we're reviewing them back to back because they're basically the same show. We have the new Scooby and Scrappy-Doo show. Hannah will be reviewing the episode Scooby the Barbarian / No Sharking Zone. And then
wait.
the new Scooby-Doo Mysteries. I will be reviewing the Nutcracker Scoob.
A classic.
One of my
I don't have
faves.
to, I don't have to do shit. Oh,
You don't
I
have
love
to review anything, no.
Oh, thank God. I'm bad at reviewing things.
Don't worry, you're coming up. You're after that.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
13 Ghosts.
We're gonna get into spooky season with Scooby-Doo, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
We are excited.
We're very excited for the Scooby-Doo moving forward and the timing that Hannah pointed out. So
It just
Barring-
lines up so perfectly.
barring any unforeseen circumstances, we have some impeccable timing. But that's it for this episode. I'm glad you guys didn't die watching this.
We may die of alcohol poisoning next time.
Yeah, that's true. You guys haven't ever watched a WCW pay-per-view. Some of them I wouldn't wish on my worst enemies, but
Yeah, Hannah, you and me might have to get together and drink
I want
ourselves
margaritas.
just to deal with the trauma.
anyway,
Well,
that
Trauma bond.
Yay. It will just be like college.
It would be just like college.
that is the end of the episode. So, let's take care of some business and we will end the show. So, if you are watching our video on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell so you are notified every time a new episode is uploaded. If you are listening to us on Spotify, remember to follow the show there and to answer the question that is in the episode description of how you like the show. That helps us out a lot. We'd like it. We'd appreciate it. No matter where you're viewing the episode, please share this with your friends, your family, anyone you think might like Scooby-Doo, might like wrestling, might like Weirdos of History, might like creepy stories, or might like Disney movies, or any of the other random shit we talk about. If you would like to send us an email with your thoughts about the show, any ideas for episodes, any comments or questions you have, we'd love to answer some fan questions, maybe build them up and have a fan question episode special. That'd be fun to do.
Bonus episode.
Could be a bonus episode. That could be our 1-year anniversary episode if we have enough questions. So give us some. If you want to do that, though, you can send that over to our email, which is
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com.
if you would like to see some fun images like Wildcat Willie or other memes created by Hannah, some great artwork created by Amanda, or participate in a weekly quiz about the weekly episode every Friday afternoon, you can do that over on our Instagram page, which is
Nothing to see here pod. As always, here is spelled HEAR.
and the email and Instagram will be in the description below on YouTube and in the episode information on Spotify. That's all of the business taken care of. So, saying goodbye, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I need another drink.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.